Hello, beautiful Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, my air signs. How are you? I'm bringing you your weekly reading. And this week we're focusing on a question that I get asked very frequently in private readings, which is, what's our twin flame mission? So I thought we would look at that doing an elemental reading for the collective of air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So it will not resonate with everyone, but the good news is that it's good for your sun, moon, rising, Venus. So you can check out the other readings that correspond to your personal planets if the message doesn't come through here. But what was I going to say? Oh, so I'm using a 4-element spread. So it's a little different than what I normally do. Elemental reading and using a 4-element spread to evaluate and examine the mission. Twin flames and soulmates, whether you're in union or separation, doesn't matter. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing, and to the returning subscribers, new and OGs, thank you. Appreciate it more than you know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is walk you through. I'm pulling a card for the earth element, which is sort of the true nature of the mission. Air will be how can you use your reasoning and logic and communication skills to support the mission? 3 over here is the fire sign, a fire element of what emotions can you bring to or release from this connection to serve the mission. And 4th will be the water element of how do you move or flow on from here. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm just going to pull those cards, and then in the extended, and I'll clarify them. I've got a deck to clarify. And in the extended, I'm going to pull a card that's looking at what's the block or challenge to moving forward in the mission. What messages are coming into you from your higher self or spirit, the universe, and what messages might be coming in to you from your divine counterpart or something you may not know that would provide useful. And then outcome and timing. So I will also be pulling oracle cards in the extended. I've got Whispers of Love, the Magdalene oracle, as well as Romance Angels. So we'll pull all of those as well. Okay. The extendeds are longer. Wow. Oh, there you show up in your own reading. Okay. So what I see here is in the earth position, we have the Judgment card. It is a card of Scorpio, so I'll say that much. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. But to me, it speaks to forgiveness, that your mission is about forgiveness, about answering the call of the mission, and also about forgiveness. See, this is about the twins being called up and answering that call. It is union, reunion. Wow. Also a card of reconciliation, Judgment Day. But I feel for you, and I'll clarify to make sure, it's about forgiveness. And I say that because I see some cards here that indicate there might have been some rocky seas. Here you are, air sign, elemental air, the Fool. It is ruled by Uranus. It does represent the sign of Aquarius. This is taking life on life's terms, one step off the cliff at a time. It is taking a leap of faith. It is looking, putting your face to the sun and having hope for a better day. So what I feel is you're stepping up here in prime position. This is the air showing up in air, you showing up right there in the how can you use your reason, your logic, and your communication skills to support this connection, this mission. You can do so by always having a fresh face towards the situation, being ready to take a leap of faith into difficult conversations, right? Being ready to clear the path, wipe away anything that's gone before. This is a brand new day kind of a card. So you'll use your reasoning and your logic to say, oh, tomorrow's a brand new day, especially since we have the card of forgiveness, and using your communication skills with regard to taking risks when working through difficult subject matter. And then we have here the fire. What emotions can you bring to or release from? I say this is bringing it to, bringing an air of we're moving on to calmer waters. That's what I like about these two cards and about the forgiveness. This is about not like let's let bygones be bygones. We're moving on. This is a brand new day. Every time we hit a bump in the road or stormy seas, your energy will come forward here, air sign, to say, yeah, turn the page, brand new day. Taking the leap of faith, move into a calmer shore. And then how do we move on from here? We get the Seven of Cups in the water position. It's a lot of water energy. The Seven of Cups to me, it can be emotional overwhelm, but it can also be about fantasy or illusion. It's sort of very dreamy, this card, but weird dreamy, if you get what I mean. So I will have to clarify that in order to make more sense out of it. Magician on the bottom of the deck. Judgment. What is the true nature of this mission for air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Those who are watching. Sure, forgiveness leads to the happily ever after. Answering the call will bring the nirvana. This is the Ten of Cups. Total emotional fulfillment. Leaving all the worries of the past behind. You're being called, you're being offered a second chance. So that's the nature of this mission. The true nature is about forgiveness and second chances. Answering the call, because that's what brings the happily ever after. You don't get to nirvana without going through some hellfire and damnation, right? So I just love the blend of these two cards here. I'm not even going to touch it. I just think that's wonderful. Air. Fool shows up right in the air position. Using your reasoning, logic, communication skills. Wow. Yeah, hold on. Well, for the most part, it's about your ship's coming in. So, you know, when you take a risk, when you use your reason and logic and you understand that everything involves risk. We have the Three of Swords here. But if you don't take action on what you want, we have the Knight of Wands here. You can't manifest anything. So I almost feel like you're using your reasoning and logic. And I noticed that, you know, both the Fool and the Knight of Wands, they're facing the same direction, and they're both holding, you know, he's holding his knapsack on that stick, and he's holding the wand here in the same angle. I know I'm looking at it backwards, but to me, it feels like a repeating energy here. One is contemplating taking the leap, and the other is doing it, is moving, lightning speed. Not a moment to waste. Can't worry about getting hurt. I might get hurt, but I'm willing to take the risk. So this is you using your reasoning and logic, and this is how you move forward and manifest that which you want. You cannot get this without this, without taking the chance that you'll manifest something better than heartbreak. But I also feel it's you talking about and processing this with your person. I feel it's about, if it's not communicating this situation, air sign, it's about you working through it with your own logic and reason for yourself so that you can move forward. Because I'm getting the feeling like you might be the one who has been stuck or wallowing in fear over heartache. You know, maybe you've had your heart broken in this connection before. That's very common in twin flame soulmate connections. Fire, moving on. 6 of Swords. This is the emotion you can bring to or release from. Yeah, and it takes some time. It's hard work. 8 of Pentacles. 7 of Swords. Balancing out that, yeah, you've got to release any betrayal of the past, any deception, anything that went on. You have to move on from that. This is the emotion you can bring to, and here's what you release. It's going to take, that's why I think you've been hurt in this connection before. That's why that 3 of Swords is here. So you move on, you do the hard work to get past a betrayal or a deception, something that really hurt you, and then that will restore the balance. We have 2 6s now. 6 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. The only way out is through. I've been saying that all week. That keeps coming up. In order to balance, to receive that sense of fairness and equal give and take in this particular connection, you have to do the hard work to move past the pain of the past, the deception of the past. The balance is there waiting for you once you process that. But it's all about going after what you want and taking the risk. That's what I see here. Using your brilliance, my beautiful air signs, to move past the fear of getting your heart broken. 7 of Cups has the water element. How do you move or flow on from here? Okay, one more. I love it. All right. Very simple, straightforward. This is talking about the emotional overwhelm that I think has been brewing in this connection on your part here, air sign. I could be talking to a cross watcher, but I feel this, you know, it's for whoever's watching this right now. Let me say it that way. And again, this 9 of Wands is pushing through, not giving up. You're almost there. 9s are completion. So the lesson's been learned. You know, 10 of Wands is it's done and we're waiting for the Ace to reappear. So I sort of feel like you're right there. You're at that moment and you're kind of freaking out. You're at that moment of, yep, I'm ready to take this leap. I'm ready to go all in. I'm ready to move past the insults of the past, right? I'm ready to step off of that. I'm ready to get out of that energy, but I'm a little bit, I'm ready. I'm close, but I'm a little bit afraid and all up in my emotions and overwhelmed about it. But I'm going to persevere. Strength. And what I like about this too is this is a card of helping each other. In the Strength card, it's not seen in this particular one, but it's got the feminine energy taming the lion, and then the lion protects her. So I feel like that's sort of helping each other overcome whatever obstacles are in the way of this connection living out its mission, serving the mission. And then we end with the 2 of Wands, which means you deal with you're almost at the point where you can push the emotional overwhelm aside. And it's about persevering and making a choice to do so. Here's the 2 of Wands. The 2 paths lie before you. You know, there isn't a right or wrong. One is definitely better for you than the other, but you can't really go wrong if you're following your heart. And I think this is where your heart is. It's the forgiveness. It's the second chances in this connection. That's part of your mission. When you offer a second chance, then one can be offered to you in return at a later point in time. If you haven't already received a second chance somewhere along the way, air sign, that's the whole nature of this mission. Is how through the darkest of times, the most painful of experiences, we still move forward. We work hard to get past betrayals, deceptions, slights to our integrity, to our honor. Because the only way to do that, to restore balance, is to push through. So I do feel very positive about this reading. If this is if it's speaking to you, the link to the extended is below, and I'm going to continue on with the other half of the reading. But I really want to emphasize here that there is a choice to be made, and I feel it's more on your part, air sign. I feel you have to decide if you want to push through, if you want to continue on this journey in this connection with this particular mission. Okay, my dears, I hope you found this helpful. If I'm speaking your storyline, the link to the extended is below. I'll see you there. Otherwise, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you in a future reading. Take care. Bye.